Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. Today, I am so excited. We are taking a look at my favorite Reddit group, Saint Meghan Markle. Welcome, sinners. You guys, I talk about this a lot, but if you don't know what I'm talking about, it is a very fun group over on Reddit that posts funny memes and interesting thoughts. And sometimes I just like to take a look at what's going on and what's being talked about over there, and they never let me down. So without further ado, let's jump right on in and see what they're talking about. Now, spoiler alert, they post something really interesting coming up a little later in the video you're going to want to stick around for, having to do with Meghan's changing complexion, shall we say? Can't wait to get into this. Let's start with Underarm Aussie. Great name. Let's not be too unkind. She's been in a brand ambassador role before. So I didn't know about this. Some of you lovelies let me know in the comments that, she's been a brand ambassador before. Let's take a look. This is from the TIG. You guys, I cannot even with this. This is from the TIG. It's from, what does it say? 2015. Sorry, the print's tiny. Okay. It says, everybody poos, but 3 drops before sitting will take the shame out of the game. Okay, so what this is, of course, is an ad for PooPourri. I cannot even. I really thought somebody photoshopped this photo. I don't think so. I think this is the actual ad. Then, is it Kashuna in Pieces points out, even there she looks disheveled. I'm sorry, I'm going to correct that. She looks messy. Is she trying to do a sexy poo? Oh my God, this comment, you can hear my voice. I'm cracking up. She is. She's trying to do a sexy poo. Oh my God, did we just come up with a new nickname for her? Is she Sexy Poo? She might be Sexy Poo. And then this commenter says, Sexy Poo looks like she's squatting on the pavement out back after a long night at the club. You guys, it does. It's so good. So, if the whole, no, not if, since the whole Dior thing didn't work out, she can always go back to Petal and PooPourri, right? I do want to point out that I love the Golden Girls, and somebody posted this as the top response to that post, which I love. And then Upper Charge posts, same chick who pretended the B word was too vulgar for her to utter on archetypes. So that's hilarious. I didn't listen to that episode, but oh my God, that's funny. So that episode is actually the one, that guest, and I cannot remember her name right now, but is the one that is kind of blown the lid off of the fact that Meghan didn't interview most of her guests, allegedly. So that she was interviewed by producers. But if that's the case, that's even more nuts about the B word. And the reason I say that is because I remember hearing that she openly talked on the TIG about how much she loved to swear. And then there's reports that on her wedding day, I think people said that she looked like she mouthed the F word in the wedding carriage. So yeah, there is no real her. I think she's a robot. So David S 2310 had such a good idea. He says why she's befriending Gwyneth, and it says conscious uncoupling. So I thought it, and I may have said it in a video recently. I didn't even think about the befriending Gwyneth thing. I did not think about that. I think I said they were consciously uncoupling. I can't remember. I may have just thought it, but yeah, I have the same feeling. So this is posted under Divorce Watch, to which they did also share a blind item, which I kind of love, right? I kind of love reading blind items. I don't know if you do, but they're fun. Sometimes silly, but they're fun. But this one says, the recent quotes from the huge talent agency seem to be throwing the ginger-haired one under the bus and backing it up and doing it all over again and blaming him for everything that is wrong with the brand, and that the illiterate one doesn't need him or his toxic mess. So to me, that means divorce or him no longer doing anything in public. And then another Minion 1 posts, the opportunities for either of them doing anything in public seems to be getting smaller and smaller. Wasn't Hertz the last public appearance for both of them? I'm not including pap walks or court appearances. I think the Harkles have markled themselves. Yeah, I think about that too. You know what else lives rent free in my brain? She loves to show off her engagement ring or her wedding ring, all that stuff. Um, Look at me, right? I did a whole look at me with my jewelry. But when's the last time you saw her wear it? Because she didn't wear it at the game. She's not wearing it in those paparazzi pictures. So when does she hasn't been wearing it? I find that fascinating. And yeah, I don't always wear mine, but it's not on purpose. It's more because I'm gardening or something. I don't think Meghan's out there gardening, just a hunch. I don't think you go from someone who prides themselves on their jewels, case in point, see the watches and the bracelets and all that shit, but I don't think you go from somebody like that to, I'm just not going to wear my ring anymore. It's just very odd. The other thing that lives rent free in my brain since we're on this picture is, I mentioned it before, I find it so incredibly weird that they used every opportunity for PDA, excessive PDA. We know the claw, all that shit, holding on to each other, gazing, she's gazing at him, that sort of thing. Over the top, right? Just nonstop, especially when on royal duties, couldn't let go of each other. They finally get their chance on the kiss cam where it makes sense to kiss. It makes sense that you would be, cute, cozy, flirty, whatever, and kiss each other. And they can't do it, or she can't do it. I think that's telling. I do. Like, I don't know. I'm just trying to think. Even if you're in a tiff with your spouse or your significant other or whatever, the kiss cam comes on, you're going to lean over and give them a kiss, right? Like, it's just, you just do. This doesn't make any sense to me. And they knew that it was going to happen. It's come out, of course, that they knew that they would be asked to kiss on the kiss cam or shown on the kiss cam, whatever. And they still didn't do it. So I find that he leaned in, but she did not. And I find that very telling. So Alarmed Area brings up, I think Lady C explained some time ago that according to the rules, if Meghan so chooses, she could divorce and keep the Duchess of Sussex title until she marries again, or if she doesn't marry, she can keep it for life. Example, Sarah, Duchess of York. Lady C also told that they talk about she wants the titles removed. Okay, I read this comment, which was posted by Ambien Chronicles, and can I just say I love that username so much. And it says, the funny thing is, Meghan already uses her title as if she was divorced. As the current holder of the title, she is the Duchess of Sussex. After the divorce, she would drop the definitive article. Any current wife of H would have the definitive article, while she would be relegated to just Duchess of Sussex. Oh my God. Why would I? I've just never thought about it in those terms. And so that is so interesting to me because, now it's all I'm going to notice. Duchess of Sussex versus the Duchess of Sussex. It sounds so silly and trivial, but it's interesting to me. Okay, this one was posted by Votive Rose, and it says, the main reason we don't like Meghan. It says, Meghan threw her father, brothers, sisters, and in-laws under the bus in public on international media, and then accuse everyone who doesn't like or care for her as racist. The audacity was shocking. This is why most people didn't care for Meghan. This is why most people who didn't care for Meghan ended up disliking her. Everything else is just extra. We stuck around to see the entertaining train wreck. I mean, just this past week, Meghan was being insulted by a Spotify exec and rejected by Dior. It's the train wreck that keeps giving. Yep, couldn't have said it better myself. Go into many of these things in many of my videos, and I can't put too fine a point on how they treated Her Majesty the Queen. Just at the end there, it takes my breath away. And I would say they're both awful people, and it makes this train wreck even more fun. All right. Want to bring attention to Cold Computer 6318 because they posted this, which is, I never wanted to be a lady who lunches. I've always wanted to be a woman who works. Meghan Markle. You guys, I cannot with this. What perfect timing for this quote to resurface, because she can't even be bothered to, work on her own podcast or complete a deal or turn in the right amount of episodes or whatever it is. As we found out, she works an hour a week for Archwell. Like, come on. But yet, as per usual, I am fascinated because her words never match her actions. She will say one thing, do the complete opposite, and then call you racist if you call her out on that. Okay, this was posted by Strict Translator, and it says, currently not worth very much. And they shared this lovely cartoon right here. And it's QVC, and it says, if we paid you what you're really worth right now, you'd owe us money. And look at the drawing. I wish I knew who drew this. Hilarious. Look at the art of those two. We got the grifters there. Look how they're standing. Look at the body language. Look at Harry's bald spot. It's fantastic. Okay, I wanted to talk to you guys about this because I'm hearing the same rumblings that you guys are because you've left me comments about this. Tell me what you know. Did Harry really ask to be co-Prince of Wales? So there's this thing going around on Twitter, and I'll show you in a second, that is claiming this. But this poster goes on to say, found this on Twitter. Maybe it's just because I'm a spite-filled bitch. I love that. I'm a spite-filled bitch too. But I believe this is probably true. I absolutely can believe that Meghan Markle thought she would be queen and pushed Harry into making this demand. The only job she's ever had was in television, where ratings are everything. She saw their early popularity as justification for making a demand for a bigger role, just like when she was on Suits. I wouldn't even be surprised if she was pushing Harry to encourage the Queen to retire so they could move forward with this faster. Okay, so here is, and I wish I had the person that posted on Twitter, but this is the screenshot that they shared, and it's a question around this, this rumbling of being co-Prince of Wales, co-King with William. And, okay, let's just read the top part. It says, question on when he asked to be co-Prince of Wales, co-King with William, and was laughed out of the room. Was this alleged to have happened at the Sandringham Summit in 2020 or after Queen Elizabeth's funeral? Harry is dumb, but he can't be this dumb to think he could actually ask his father to be the co-Prince of Wales, co-future king with William. Meghan had to have pressured Harry into asking this ridiculous question. And then the responder writes, I think it was around the time when they came back from their Australia tour and thought they were the power couple of the British royal family. They really thought that tour set them above the rest of the family. Meanwhile, the Queen had to send Andrew to Australia to apologize because Harry and Meghan were awful. I did not know that. Did you know that? Let's see. So when they got back from the tour, Harry went to the Queen. I knew that they were awful. I didn't know that she had to send somebody to apologize. So let's see. When they got back from the tour, Harry went to the Queen and essentially demanded that the monarchy be handed over to Meghan, that she was a true superstar and that she could take the monarchy into a new era, and that the whole thing should be centered around Meghan. It did not go over very well, but I have the feeling this was around the time that he started making demands that he rule alongside William, because this was the split of Kensington Palace. There were also rumors that Harry wanted William to split the Duchy of Cornwall profits with him as well. That it wasn't fair William got to be a billionaire and Harry still had to live off a meager $6 million a year. Oh, the nerve. Okay, so this is your turn. Get in the comments and spill. Is this a thing? I had heard, again, from you guys about this, whatever rumbling of wanting to be I'm sorry, I can't even say it without laughing, Prince of Wales and future king and all that. But I don't know. People say things, you never know. I take it with a grain of salt sometimes, and I took this one too, but this sounds too real, right? This sounds like some nonsense that these two would be peddling, that Meghan would be pumping up the idiot Ginger, and that he would be like, okay, I'll go talk to the Queen. you know? And so I just wonder, what are your thoughts on this? Had you heard this? Do you believe it? What are your thoughts? I kind of almost hope it is true because these two are so delusional. And I would say it'd knock them down a peg. But again, the delusion knows no bounds. So probably not. But just, I would love to be a fly on the wall at William and Catherine's after this took place. I imagine this is something like what their faces look like. Like, can you believe those two? Oh, God. I imagine that this is probably often their reaction to the antics that those two tried to pull. Expensively Mundane posted a reply. By the way, I love your username too. LOL, co-Prince of Wales. I can imagine him arguing, I've been Henry of Wales all my life. I wish Jay was here to do the accent. I should be able to keep my name. If that happened, then I could picture him 20 to 30 years down when William becomes king and Harry insisting on keeping the Prince of Wales title for himself instead of relinquishing it to George. By the way, after my death, it goes to Archie. Bah ha 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 ha. Also, if he wanted the Duchy of Cornwall, I don't think he understands what that means. That the money is not all for William. It's about management, staff, properties, investments, partners, trusts, and continued business growth all need to be juggled and handled with absolute sensitivity to this role. William was pressured and groomed heavily into succeeding into the business side of the duchy. I'm sure Harry rebelled and rejected any time the palace tried to sit him down and teach him the business side of the firm. The thicko can barely handle basic math. Can you imagine? And thank God he doesn't have his hands in Duchy of Cornwall. He'd spend £1 million on Pez or something. Oh, geez. Okay, let's get into the good stuff, shall we? This was posted by Miss Hippie Queen, and it says, the many faces and complexions of Meghan Markle. And may I draw your attention to this video here because it's criminally underviewed, but I kind of did the same thing. I went into all the shades of Meghan and the spray tan and bronzer fails and weaponized. I think I called it weaponized spray tan. So definitely check this out if you haven't seen it. So these are the pictures picked out by Miss Hippie Queen. And so just take a look because they're not really in order. It's just wild to see. Look at the face, look at the complexion, look at the nose, look at all of it. Just completely different. And yes, we change as we grow older and stuff, or our bodies change, our faces change, that sort of thing. That's not what this is. This is a different head. This is a different skin tone. This is different everything. I don't think I've seen anybody change quite this much. We all look different than our high school photos. I'm not saying that. This is not the same human, right? I mean, I would think even if we all came into a bunch of money all of a sudden, yeah, our fabrics might get better, our makeup might get better, but you don't get a new head. I don't know. You might get, a new nose, but not 3 new noses. I just don't understand. But I thought this person did a great job picking out different photos. And again, just seeing the different shades, the different looks, the different everything. And again, it's not about, oh, she's aged. No, we all do. It's not about, oh, she's changed, dropped or gained 20 pounds, whatever it is. It's not that. Her face is different. Her body, everything is different. Her skin tone is different. Everything. And not just a little bit. It's shocking. Talk about trying to reinvent yourself over and over. I would say look no further. And not in a good way. And then one of my favorite replies to this just says, we're gonna need a bigger grift. That so perfectly sums them up. Guys, this was a lot of fun. I love going through St. Meghan Markle Reddit group. It's a really good group. They're a lot of fun. They post funny things, insightful things. I really enjoy looking and discussing it with you all. So definitely reply back. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know Just all of it. Let me know what you think about that co-Prince of Wales, co-future king thing. We're going to need a bigger grift. All of that. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts on the ever-changing face, skin tone, etc. of old Megsy. As always, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have the best day, and I cannot wait to bring you more like this very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.